Yo, what's up guys, Felix from Giant Lifestyle. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about what to do when you don't know what to do. Do you feel lost in life and you're not sure which direction to take or which way to go? In this video, I'm going to explain what to do when you don't know what to do, when you feel lost, you feel stuck, you're not sure what is the next move. So I got the idea from this video after my last video where I spoke about how I made my first six figures by the age of 21, and somebody said that they feel like they're stuck. They don't know what should be the first move. So what I want to say to that is the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out what you want to do. What is your goal? Because if you don't know where you're going, there's no way that you can get there. You have to figure out, what is, there's a successful entrepreneur called Frank Kern, and what he tells people is to map out the perfect day. So for you, what is the perfect day? Where do you want to live? What car do you want to drive? What do you want to be doing for a living? What kind of food do you want to eat? What kind of a house do you want? What kind of morning, day, entire routine. So map out what is a perfect day to you. What is like paradise for you? Because even though you might not be living a life of paradise right now, I'm sure you could envision in your head what you envision your dream life to look like. Your car, your life, your relationships, your body, everything. So write it down so, when you put it on paper, it has a better chance to come to life. And I always say you should have multiple notebooks in your backpack on your journey, always with you, because yes, you could put it in your phone or you can put it, on your iPad or your computer. But I feel like when you put the pen to paper equals power. So, write down what your perfect day looks like. So that could be your map. Imagine this, right? Imagine you're trying to drop somebody in a new city right now. So me, I am in a new city. I've been here, but this isn't like my old city. I don't really care where you drop me in my old city. In fact, not even old city. Let's just say New Jersey, right? Anywhere in New Jersey, whether it was North Jersey, South Jersey, West Jersey, whatever part of New Jersey it was, I could pretty much make my way back home. Now, where I'm at right now, there's no way I could go really anywhere without a map, without a GPS. Yes, I probably could figure it out from road signs, but it's not like it is back home. Back home, it doesn't matter where I am, I could pretty much figure out based off this highway, that highway, different signs where I'm at. That's the same thing with life. If you don't know where you're going, there's no possible way to get there. So the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out where you're trying to go. You need to set a goal so that you can eventually get a roadmap. You need to, set the goal and then kind of reverse engineer backwards. I always tell people, when you're trying to quit your job, you need to replace your income. So this is a previous video I made where I said, if you want to, replace your income, you need to figure out how much you need to make. So for easy math, say someone says, I need $3,000 per month to replace my income. That's how much I make from my job. That's how much my bills are. That's how much it costs me to live. Divide that by 30, so that's $100 per day. So you need to reverse engineer. So once you know what your perfect day looks like, and clear cut, hey, I want to live here, I want to drive this car, and it might not be anything materialistic. I'm not saying you need to say that you want to I'm not saying that you need to be like, oh, I want a Lamborghini. That doesn't automatically equate happiness. And sometimes, material possessions isn't everything. I've been through that phase where I thought if I had this car or this clothing or these shoes that I would feel fulfilled, and really that's not the case. But just having the choice of financial freedom is the most fulfilling thing, and actually being able to help the people you care and love about the most is more fulfilling than any sort of material item per se. But what I want to say is you need to understand where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, there's no possible way you can get there. So first, envision what the perfect day is first, and then, get into that field, whatever it is, whether it's whatever you really want to do. Figure out, what you want to do. People say, oh, don't follow your passion, follow your passion. Me personally, you should at very least enjoy what you're doing. I'm not saying you have to love it, but find something that you want to do, right? And now whatever field that is in, so you could build a skill set, because it's about building a skill set. You having a skill set in anything. Some people have a skill set in gaming. Some people have a skill set in sports. Some people have a skill set in sales. Some people have a skill set in making videos. I've always been good at getting on the camera and making videos. Even before I had no channel at all, I was always making videos, and I just never uploaded them for whatever reason. But you need to get into some sort of field and start developing some sort of skill set. Like I said, you can chase your passion. That's, it's a tough call to call, because you could be doing things that if it's really your passion, there's just no money in it. But in the end, we live in such an advanced age and such a digital world that you can pretty much make money with any niche. Back in the day, was there big money in certain fields that there wasn't back in the day, but there is today because of the internet and the opportunity that exists with the interwebs. And then the next thing you need to do is you need to not only develop a skill set in that area. So one, to find out what your perfect day looks like, find out what your perfect life looks like, envision where you want to go, how much do you want to make, whatever it is, right? And then get into that field that you want to be involved with, whatever you want to do, right? And then you should either, and this is not a pitch for my course, this is not to tell you anything, but you need to find somebody that genuinely wants to help you, right? This isn't about them just taking your $1,000 or your $500, kicking you out the door and saying, figure it out. I'm talking about find somebody that genuinely wants to help you, right? And have them mentor you. Now you can pay them, you can offer to work for them. That's what I did in the beginning, offered to work for them. You can offer to bring them some sort of value, or you can just show them the pure hunger, right? And show them like, hey, what you could tell somebody who's successful is, hey, how can I work for you? How can I, make what you're trying to do more successful in return for mentorship, right? So when I was, and I should have added this, I said it at the end of the video on my last video, but when I was from the years April 2014 to November of 2017, I found a guy in my area. He was a very successful real estate investor, and he had a coaching program, but he just seen how hungry I was, how many books I was reading, how determined and persistent I was towards success and my goals and what I wanted out of my life, that he basically just took me under his wing. And I'm the same way. If I see that somebody has hunger, it's not so much about the money, it's really about just molding them into their potential. Because actually my mentee yesterday told me that he's like, he's 20, and he was saying how Mike Tyson by the age of 21 was super successful. But the reason that Mike Tyson was super successful at the age of 21 is because he had a coach. He had Customato unlocking his greatness, awakening the giant within him. So it's really important that you have somebody that really wants the best for you. I'm not talking about them just extracting your $500, $1,000, $2,000, but somebody that truly has your best interest. Because somebody who is successful in the field that you want to be successful in, if they're a good-hearted person, they'll pay it forward. There's an old saying that says, an old tongue likes to wag. Basically meaning, if somebody, I've met so many successful people who, after we've built some sort of mutual benefit relationship, they give me game on so many things. I can think of one person in particular. I paid him probably back in June of 2020, and I did pay him for some coaching, and still to this day he calls me all the time and says, hey, try this, hey, try that, hey, do this, hey, do that, hey, how's it going, hey, how can I help? Giving me so much more game than I actually paid for. So I'm not saying pay, or maybe you're not in the position to pay, but what you should do if you feel stuck in life is first figure out where you want to go. Because if you don't have a GPS, if you don't have a roadmap, if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to get there. You could get there, but you have to figure out what's your goal, right? Write down your goals every day, or have your goals written on a board so you can see what you're trying to accomplish. The next thing is get into a field or a niche or a lane or a vehicle that is with what you want to do, whether it's real estate, whether it's sales, whether it's YouTube, whether it's whatever it is, whatever you want to do, get into that field, and then find somebody who's already carved out the path, who's already successful in that lane, and have them teach you, whether you have to pay them, whether you have to take them out to eat, whether you have to work for them for free, whatever you have to do. But just show them how hungry you are for success. When you show them that burning desire, like, man, please teach me, please teach me. That's how you're going to be able to really attract those successful people who say, wow, this guy, this dude, this person, this lady, this woman, this man is hungry for success. And you have to drop your ego too. That's the last thing. Don't feel embarrassed or ashamed or down that, hey, I'm asking for help. The one thing that I said, and I heard this from my first mentor that I had from April 2014 to November 2017, is he said the two things that keep people broke and down and not where they want to be is pride and ego. Pride and ego. They don't want to ask for help. They don't want to say, hey, I'm not in the position I want to be in. Can you help me? So that's what you do. If you feel lost and stuck in life, make sure you know where you're going. Make sure you get into a field of what you want to do, and find somebody in that field that can help you, that can guide you, that can basically take you down the same path they went down. So there you guys have it. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on the video. It only takes a second. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.